The mind boggles at the potential complexities of interdimensional subtle body relationships and energetic conflicts created during OBE, most especially during wake-induced OBE. Consider the memory compatibility problems that could arise between different levels of consciousness and the differences in levels of understandability between these, and of how thought and memory sharing between these might work. This isn't just a simple transfer of data. It's like trying to merge two completely different operating systems, one running on a quantum computer and the other on a vintage calculator. Historical accounts from ancient Egyptian and Tibetan dream yoga traditions hint at similar challenges, where practitioners describe the difficulty of retaining lucid dream memories. Modern neuroscience compares this to the challenge of recalling dreams upon waking, where the brain's state-dependent memory plays a key role. Understanding this complexity is the first step to grasping why so much is lost. And let's not forget basic reintegration problems and the fickle nature of the eventual shadow memory download into the only permanent storage medium all subtle bodies share, stretched between all aspects of the mind split, the old gray matter of the humble physical brain. Everything experienced during out-of-body experience must eventually be downloaded into the physical brain in base-level understandability format, if it is to generate any kind of recallable and enduring memory at all that might be accessible to the awake conscious mind. Think of it like trying to copy a high-definition 4K movie onto a VHS tape. The resolution is drastically reduced. In fact, some researchers compare this to the process of memory consolidation during sleep, where the hippocampus replays and compresses experiences. The physical brain simply cannot handle the sheer volume and complexity of astral data. If you examine any number of OBE case histories or have experienced them yourself, you will find that every projection starts fresh, right from the very beginning, just as if it were the very first OBE. There are no continuing memories of having any kind of astral other type of life available to any projector, ever, even if they suddenly shift into an astral projection that has apparently been going on for some time. In this case, the first part of the astral projection, all that had happened up to the moment when the projector became conscious in his or her astral body, is effectively wiped and is unrecallable. The projector will remember other successful projections they have had in the past, sure, but absolutely nothing of all their OBE failures, or of all the nights when they just fell asleep. This fresh start is reminiscent of the concept of amnesia in near-death experiences, where individuals often forget the initial stages. It's as if the astral body has its own form of reset button. To be more specific, I do not believe it is possible to remember, at the base level of consciousness in the normal waking state, more than a tiny surface fragment of high-level projection memories, including OBE experience memories gained in the mid to high astral planes. Basically, when it comes to recalling OBEs, it becomes increasingly difficult anywhere above the real-time zone. Sure, it's possible to recall something of mid to high-level astral experiences, but I stand by my earlier statement that a great deal of what is experienced is lost in the download. And the higher in the astral you go, the more will be lost in the eventual download when it's all converted into base-level, physical brain storage format. This is like trying to describe a symphony using only grunts and gestures. The essence is lost. Practically, this means that vivid real-time zone projections are more recallable than abstract astral journeys. So just what happens to all these lost astral and higher-level OBE memories? Do they download into inaccessible levels of subconscious and or unconscious mind, hiding in places within us where even the deepest level of hypnosis cannot dig them out? Why does one successful wake-induced conscious exit projection provide vivid and lasting experience memories, while all other unconscious, unremembered, OBEs leave nothing at all to show they ever happened? And why do the words memory fails me ring through my head whenever I think about this subject? Perhaps these memories are stored in the Akashic records or the collective unconscious, as Carl Jung might suggest. Some researchers propose that these memories are accessible in altered states, like deep meditation or under hypnosis, but the base consciousness cannot retrieve them. It's like having a library card, but the books are in a language you don't speak. In an attempt to answer some of the above questions, it seems likely that an intrusion by the base level of consciousness, as manifested through the physical brain/mind in its normal waking state, into the astral double, causes the astral double's level of consciousness and understandability to drop sharply. This event causes the astral level of consciousness to revert back to its lowest form, back to its fully integrated or base level of consciousness. The lowest and coarsest level of a consciousness unit appears in all cases to be far stronger, and what it experiences is far more memorable than any higher level or aspect of that same consciousness unit. This is similar to how a loud noise can drown out a whisper. The base level consciousness is more loud and dominant. When you become aware in the astral, your waking consciousness overwrites the finer astral awareness, erasing subtler memories. Higher level memories still exist after this event, but they are driven into inaccessible levels of the subconscious or unconscious mind and memory. The overall effect of this event is that a projection continues from that moment on as if it had just started, often with a vague feeling of having been doing something, but with no real memories to support this feeling. This occurs whether reintegration occurs at the bottom end of the scale in the waking physical body, or whether this occurs at a higher level, say in the astral body when the projector suddenly becomes aware and wakes up inside his or her astral body mid-projection. The lowest level of consciousness always replaces and overwrites any higher level of consciousness and effectively wipes out all trace of its experience memories at the moment of integration. To combat this, keep a dream journal immediately upon waking, even if you only have a feeling. Practice reality checks during the day to strengthen awareness. Some projectors recommend setting an intention before sleep to remember.